So, toxic masculinity is something people do not exactly know the meaning to. I am still exploring it myself, and I do not want to create any problems or controversy. I am just here not to take a side on if it's right or wrong or what it exactly is, but to based off what I have researched and looked into, toxic masculinity is something that is used to define why a man may use violence. So, toxic masculinity is when a man uses violence to assert his masculinity and show he's superior to you and assure himself he's superior to you, and it's a way for him to feel sure about himself and confident in himself being a man. But in reality, a man should not have a definition or standards for masculinity. To be masculine is to be comfortable with yourself and who you are as a man. There's no right or wrong way to be a man, because in reality, you just have to be sure of yourself and happy with who you are as a human being and not what people expect from you. So, male or not, this video can have a sort of universal message, even though it is based mainly on a man and how a man has been expected to be by society. I hope you can all take something away from this, because a man can be short, a man can be tall, a man can be chubby, skinny, sad, happy, and a man can be anything, and he's still going to be a man. Nothing is going to change who he is just because society says you're not a man. It does not mean you are not a man. You are not masculine. A man can cry, he can be vulnerable, he can be mad, he can be upset, he can be anything, and he's still a man. What you need to be is confident and happy in who you are, because to be masculine is not to be defined by anything. It is open to any definition that you would like, and it is not something that you should feel that you do not have because society says you don't.
How do you believe men are portrayed in the media today?
I believe that men are portrayed as they have to be strong all the time and that they're not allowed to show their emotions.
I think that men are portrayed in the media as very masculine, very straightforward, very no feelings, not being able to be sensitive, can't express any kind of feeling. I think that there has been some recent change where we see like some celebrities experimenting more with colors and painting their nails and change like that, but it's not a lot, and it's still very, very in a specific mold, in a specific way that men are portrayed. I think it's very toxic for the younger audience.
How do you define being masculine?
My definition of being masculine is that men are strong, men show that they're not afraid of things, but I also believe that it's okay for men to cry and for men to be sad and for men to show their emotions to us females.
I think masculinity is defined by how you treat others and like being respectful, which I think is like the bottom of like the base of masculinity, is being respectful, being helpful. Not that feminine people can't be helpful, but like just being there and being more of a support type of person.
Do you know what toxic masculinity is?
I believe that toxic masculinity is that what's happening today in 2019, that men aren't allowed to be who they are and they're not allowed to show their true colors as a man because they believe that they can't cry, that they can't show their emotions, etc.
Do you believe in it?
I do believe in it, especially because today in 2019, it's such a big deal where men can't show their emotions. And like I said, I don't think that it's a good thing to have because I feel like men should be able to be who they are without people judging them for them not being like masculine.
I think it does exist. It's a real thing. I think that toxic masculinity is everywhere in the media, in just engraved in culture, engraved in families. We often see like little boys being told that they can't play with certain toys, or they can't cry, or they can't be sad, and they can't do certain things because it's not masculine, and it's because if they like a certain color, that's a feminine color, you can't like that, and certain things like that. So I think that's very toxic. That's not okay, and it's such a thing, and we have to change it. I think so.
Do you believe this masculine standard set by society should change?
I believe that it should change because men should be able to portray who they are and they shouldn't have any problem doing it. They should be able to show that they're sad. They should be able to show that they're mad. They should be able to post whatever post they want on social media without people telling them that it's gay.
I think that they should change because, as I previously mentioned, there is a lot of toxic masculinity and a lot of just very these standards that are attached to being male and being just this male figure. I just think it needs to change because people should be allowed to express what they feel, what they want, the way they want to dress, the way they want to act, and it shouldn't be up to someone else to decide what is the norm and what's okay to be because of gender.
I'd like to add in, I had people interview and answer questions for me, and the next three are the male's perspective of these questions I have asked.
How do you believe men are seen in the media today? Men are seen as the game changers, saviors, and the heroes. They are seen as something greater than female and the ones who have saved us through many generations. Mostly every person recognized is a male, such as Martin Luther King, and females don't get enough credit for their work, such as Mary Sklodowska, who was the founder of radioactivity and has helped lead to many cures for cancer.
Men in the media today are portrayed as of being good looking. So by that I mean their bodies, like their face looks good and all that.
Okay, so these days I feel like men in the media are portrayed as trash and cheaters and things like that. A lot of women go for guys, not a lot, and some women go for guys that'll cheat and treat them not like a woman, and that leads them to believe that all men are trash. It's not every woman says that, but a lot of them do, and that's what I see in the media. Probably not everyone else, though.
How do you define being masculine? Do you know what toxic masculinity is? Do you believe in it? Being masculine is referred as being physically stronger than a female. The thinking that men are superior than women, since it has been traditionally passed down for many generations. I don't believe in it because at times women are both stronger physically and mentally than men, and they don't rely on them. Some women live happily without having a man, even live better. One example could be my aunt, who has divorced of her husband who believed in this toxic masculinity. She couldn't handle it no more, so she left him, and now she lives a better and happier life.
Masculine, so for me being masculine means to me like the term of being a man. So for me being a man means being strong, being brave, and showing no weakness. So that's what would it mean to me. Third question is, do I know what toxic masculinity is? And I think I do. So for me, it means that like a man would show no weakness. Like they would do nothing that would show that they are weak in a way. So they are always careful with what they do, because they are afraid that men, like not just men, but other people would judge them. So then they are just careful with whatever they do.
In my household, being masculine meant things like, going to the gym and working out and things like that. And like wanting a job like being a mechanic or working in construction. That's how I grew up thinking what masculinity was. I don't know what toxic masculinity is, but from the name, I feel like it's when men think that they're better and higher than everyone and they're the ones that should be in control. And if that is what it is, then I don't believe in it, because we're all humans.
Do you believe these masculine standards set by society should be changed? They should be changed because Growing up with these thinkings can be harmful for future generations. Many kids will grow up thinking they are superior than women, holding the full authority of the household, leaving the decisions the mom wants to create outside, leaving them excluded, causing them to grow a toxic relationship, which can result in physical violence, leading to women dying. Thank you.
Yes, I do believe it should be changed because it's not all about being good looking, showing what you would hide in the inside, like emotions and all that, not expressing yourself, because it's important to express yourself. It's not good to just keep it inside of you. But I believe but they do this because they're afraid of what others will say about them, that they will judge them and all that. But it's not good. You shouldn't do it. And but I don't think society would change it because they just want good-looking guys, buff-looking guys.
I do kind of feel like the standards should change a little, but not because not every guy wants to be something like a firefighter or police or a construction worker. I want to be an animator, and